Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Student, and first I'd like to thank Cairo Secure for giving me the opportunity to share with you cutting edge information about what's going on in our industry. Today we're going to talk about AI and what AI is doing to our industry, and it's about the most important but least favorable thing we do in our practice, which is documentation. Notes, it's a pain in the butt, it's drudgery. We all hate doing it, and we think artificial intelligence is the solution. And guess what? It is. But there is a problem. Artificial intelligence, really, as far as notes go, is not ready for prime time. It just isn't. And artificial intelligence, the formal name is a large language model. Now, for instance, I have a company called Simverta. It's about X-ray digitizing. So we went to put AI in there, and I said, "Oh, great! We're going to put an AI module in, and it's going to automatically pick out the data, the points for us." And the IT team that I hired to do that, who are AI specialists, says, "Well, when you start, it'll be about 40% accurate, and then as you move on, and you have millions of points, well, then it'll go to 60, 70, 80, 90% accurate, but you're going to need millions and millions of points to get to be accurate." I said, "Why can't it just know?" It says, "Because it learns from what you do. It's a large language model, and it needs a lot of language in there." So truthfully, we chose not to do that because up front, 40% accuracy doesn't cover it at any level. So um, as a lot of you know, I have a company that I created. It's called EMR Cairo, and it's an EHR program created because I was tired of the chiropractic nonsense. And I wanted AI in the worst way. And the company that I partnered with, which is a medical platform, promised they have AI. And I waited a year for it, and they finally put it in there. And I was so excited, and it was junk. It was garbage. I threw it out. And I said, it doesn't look anything like our computer processes. And in your notes, you have macros that you create that are perfectly structured sentences. You have to remember your documentation is about two things. It's about reputation and it's about compliance. Reputation is how the world sees you, and that has to do with your referrals. But it's about your compliance, and if your compliance is not right, it can cost you three things: your money, your license, or your freedom. And it has to be accurate. And are you dealing with just an average patient who bent over and hurt themselves? Are you dealing with an asthmatic? Are you dealing with a slip and fall? Are you dealing with a car accident case? They all have different needs, but it also has to be grammatically correct. And AI is not there yet to give you exactly what you need. So let me show you an example. Let's look at a report. So when we look at this report, this is the initial evaluation. This is one of the things I got from EMR Cairo, just to let you know where I'm showing it from. It's a sample. But look at this beautiful mechanism of injury. Look at this paragraph. It's written like you would expect a neurosurgeon, neurologist, orthopedic surgeon, pain management specialist to do. Now, do I want you to be a neurosurgeon? No. I want you to be a chiropractor. We love chiropractic. But you are judged by that standard, and it has to be accurate. So if we look at what AI does, and this is an AI model, okay? This is the exact same language we have here. And I just put this in ChatGPT, and I put rewrite. And look what AI did. It put it in tabular format. You never see this. I don't want to use the word never. You rarely see this from a medical specialist. So now you're being judged, and you know who does it a lot like that? Physical therapists. Now, the world already perceives us. Our referral source is somewhere below a PT and somewhere above a massage therapist. That's where they perceive us, which is absurd because chiropractic has, gosh, a 313% better outcome rate than physical therapy for disability. As far as opiate goes, we've got like a 2-to-1 ratio for lowering opiates. I mean, I can just go on and on and on about statistics. But when you look at this, it's in tabular format. This is what AI did, and it's not good. First of all, let's look at accuracy. The patient reported the following : Now, everything after that is what the patient said. Here, AI wrote, the patient was a driver of a compact car that was stopped when it was struck from the rear by another vehicle. This is written in first person, meaning you observe that to occur. So if this is a PI case and you're on the witness stand, the attorney is going to say, "Doctor, did you watch that happen?" "No." "Well, you didn't say any here that the patient reported." Nowhere. So it's written in first person. So you're writing this as you wrote it. Now, you're not only in reputation, you're in compliance because that could be constituted as perjury. You've lied. You didn't see that. Okay. Airbag, not deployed. Seatbelt, worn at the time of impact. It's written like a computer is reporting it. It's not in flowing sentences. Is it accurate? Well, no, because this isn't accurate. The rest is accurate, but it's an issue. You had no intention of doing it this way. Your intention was to give a nice, flowing report. And that's very, very important. Proper sentence structure, proper paragraph structure. You are a learned, articulate expert. And that's what you are. And your documentation has to reveal that. Now, I've just given you one example. In the AI components right now, some of the services, some of the EHR programs, you'll highlight what you want AI to do. And then you click AI, and then AI will give you choices. And you pick one of those choices. One, you have to hope it fits properly in that sentence structure. But number two, now let's see. Take a SOAP note. Now, we got our SOAP notes down between 30 seconds and a minute, usually closer to 30 seconds once you're familiar with it. But now you have to do your SOAP note, highlight it, pick AI, plunk it in. Now you have to read it and hope AI says exactly what you want it to say, and you might have to change it. You just increase your time probably 300 or 400% in writing that same SOAP note. So computer processes with macros, provided you've randomized your text, because truthfully, I've been leading the bandwagon for decades on randomized text based upon the attorneys from the insurance company who explained to me that is one prime area they're going after doctors for what they call predetermined treatment plans. It's all the same. But you've got to randomize it. It can't always be the same words or you're in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. It's not about if they're going to come, it's when they're going to be knocking on your door. So, but you've got to take now, instead of 30 seconds to a minute, 3.5 to 4 minutes to get that SOAP note done. So let's see. Say you're seeing 150 patients a week times 3 extra minutes is 450 minutes divided by 60. You're spending 7.5 hours a week just trying to get AI to fit into your notes. That's absurd. It's not saving you time yet. AI is not here yet. The company we're working with, the parent company, and they're a wealthy company. They've been doing this for a long time. They're the largest non-hospital medical group that I spent 16 months building chiropractic templates in, but they're spending tens of millions of dollars on getting AI correct and doing it. And they're not the first to the market, so we're not. We're kind of lagging because I don't want the garbage. I don't want this garbage on my doctor's reports. You don't want this garbage on your reports. It's inaccurate. It makes you look somewhere below a physical therapist. It's not what you want to see. So you have to handle reputation and compliance. So let's go back and just chit chat for a minute. Now, be very careful in what you get and look at the time it takes you. Computer processes is using macros. Now, I spent over a year developing macros that fit in. You have to spend the same time. Because I can tell you right now, there is no EHR system in our industry that has that level of macro for you. You've got to create all that. It's got to work for you. You've got to customize it. So, and it's important. You have to have programs that are written by chiropractors for chiropractors. Because all of you have programs written by programmers, not doctors, who don't understand what you need. I know what it takes. I was the one that did it. You've got to do it for yours. You can't rely on others. Your reputation is at stake. Your license is at stake. Your money is at stake. And your freedom is at stake. None of you have probably heard of a doctor being taken down for RICO. None of you. Why? Well, if you were sued for treble damages at $6 million, which leaves you an $18 million exposure, plus legal fees of over $1 million, probably closer to $1.5 million. Who would you tell? Nobody. I'm the father confessor. Everybody calls me and says, Mark, what do I do? I've been served. And I have a standard answer. It's a knee-jerk reaction already. You have to call a criminal defense lawyer. You'd be astounded at how many doctors are going down because they haven't paid careful attention. This isn't a fear message. This is an inspirational message to do it right up front, to get it right up front. I have spent years getting it right. You need to spend that time. You need to put references in there because it's part of what they call the Daubert standard, which is a federal standard all carriers look at whether they're going to either pay or create a lawsuit. So, or deny. So if you handle all of those issues, you're golden. It has to be built into your notes. You need to have compliance guardrails built into your note. Are you doing the little things? Are you doing your vitals, which are vital, by the way? Vitals are vital. Height, weight, blood pressure, pulse. You need to do those things because that's part of the standard of your license. That has to be built in as guardrails to your EHR system. And if you're a corner cutter and you blow past them, well, shame on you. And eventually, corner cutters get in trouble. So there's a lot going on. So we've got other programs and primary spine care conferences. There's a lot of things we could share with you. Give me a call anytime you want. Just Google me, Mark Student. I'm all over the internet. My cell phone number is there at 631-786-4253. If you want to call and chat about your practice, your notes, 631-786-4253. Listen, I am so appreciative to be able to share this information with you. Again, thank you, Kairos Secure, for the opportunity to do that. We'll catch you on the next topic.